BYB Bare Knuckle hits the Big Easy for the first time Saturday, July 13th from the John A. Ilario Event Center for BYB 28 Bourbon Street Brawl. Two of the biggest and baddest bare knuckle fighters in the world today go toe-to-toe inside the mighty Trigon as undefeated BYB heavyweight champion Hurricane Ike Villanueva takes on #1 contender, the Cuban assassin, Gustavo Trujillo, for both the BYB heavyweight belt and the historic Police Gazette World Diamond Belt. Our co-main event, former BYB lightweight champion Monica Medina gets her wish and steps into the Trigon against undefeated Helen Peralta for the inaugural BYB Featherweight World Championship. Catch these matches and more live. Visit BYBExtreme.com for tickets and information.
Man, why can't we just do a show without any internet difficulty, man? It's crazy. You know what? Hey, we're going to make it happen like we did last time. Welcome the one and only, the untamable one, Mr. Jon Barnard. Hey, brother, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, always, man. You know, this was kind of a first for you, a first for me in the sporting world. You know, we did our initial interview before the fight, and some stuff came out, and you know, in the heat of battle, things are going to come out. You know, and people are going to say things that they're not necessarily truly mean. But when I found out when you got down to Florida and you got to meet a certain person, it turned out that you guys are actually buddies. You guys actually turned out to be really good friends. See, but that's the good grace of this sport. If you're a man and you don't take it too far to heart, then there's always an opportunity to grow. And you found that out with Brandon Mighty Mouse DeRozier. You know, what was it like, you know, to get to finally meet him and realize that there is no animosity?
Yeah, so I actually first seen him when I was cutting weight. I was like losing my last 2 to 3 pounds in the sauna room. And he ended up walking in trying to check his weight, and he was like, "Hey man, I have no beef with you. You know, you're in the 135-pound division and I'm at 125, no beef." I was like, "Oh no, you good. You know, I'm over here focused. I could have been a jerk and be like, ah, screw you, get out of here. I'm frustrated losing weight, you know." I was like, "Oh, you good." And then I just focused on losing weight. And then what's it called? My brother and Yuli was waiting in another room, and they started talking story. So I guess he broke the ice with my brother. And come to find out, they're very similar in regards to their personality traits. They're just
Yeah.
characters. Brandon is a clown. That guy is such a funny ass dude. So it fit perfectly that he joined the crew, because I like a guy that can keep me in a good place and a good headspace, and that was something he was able to do. He is such a hilarious guy. He reminded me of my best friend, Black Sam Ferreira, and we
Yeah.
just clicked, man. He's a freaking ball of joy. He's like this little ball of joy that it's crazy. So when he was talking all that smack and just, you know, trying to, I'm pretty sure he was probably trying to chase clout and stuff like that. He ended up telling me that he got like 300-400 followers from me after his altercation with me. So, you know, it kind of helped him so initially. So I guess he was after something, and he didn't realize how good of a people we are. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope because you know we all gonna protect our homies. We all are gonna. I mean, I don't care if you 20 or you 60. You know, if you feel your homeboy's being threatened or something isn't going, you know, his way, you're gonna be there for him. And like his management said, you know, it was disrespect towards you, disrespect towards the show, but at the end of the day, we're all tremendous. We're all here for the same damn reason. And you know what, like we talked about last time, you step into the Trigon or a ring or an octagon with somebody and you guys beat the crap out of each other, you're gonna be friends afterwards. And if you're not, then you're just an ignorant piece of crap.
Sure.
I got a couple comments that I want to get out of here, but my phone keeps blowing up. I mean, bro, it's been that kind because a lot of people wanted to hear back from you, but the preacher man, God. He says, my dog, John, I'm proud of you, brother. See, this is something that an old dude like myself, and I'm sorry about that. I have a touchscreen stuff. Everything's touchscreen. I'm trying to get rid of all this crap. But I've never seen fighters show so much appreciation, come on other shows. The respect is profound. And I'm from the golden era of boxing, and then I transitioned to MMA. But what I'm seeing now, I love it because you guys fight each other, but you still show each other respect. You guys still show each other what real life is about. You're grown men. You can decipher the two. You know, what was it like going into Florida, going into Jacksonville after that situation and having to face Harold McQueen?
So, I had a lot of pent up aggression and kind of frustration and anger that kind of built up to this fight. And I tried my best to really subside that emotional that content that I had for this guy for the types of things that he'd been saying and then the stuff that my nice was kind of saying in my last interview. So it was a lot of emotions running through my head. And then at the same there was so much emotions because of the fact that I have to hold it down for my island of Hawaii and
Yeah,
put on for my city and everyone that's supporting me that I didn't even realize that I was the main event. Like, I just felt like I was just some random guy that was fighting. Like, it didn't even dawn on me that I was the main event until after the fight. I was like, damn, I was like, bro, I was freaking main event. And I wasn't
yeah,
making like any shots and, trying to, ask for this and that, that kind of stuff. I was just acting like a regular individual, like nothing was happening. So it was, my head was full of emotions and it wasn't really on the swivel how it normally would be. So,
yeah.
definitely eye opener. And I try to stay as humble as I could, but there was a little piece of content in my heart that probably shouldn't have been there for sure.
Yeah. See, the thing that amazes me about you, they talk about the injury, they talk about the 10-year layoff, then you go over to, over the pond, and it doesn't look like you take a day off. No, me and you are homies, and I'm fair, and it's like, but I also got to speak the truth. You came out in round one. He caught you clean and dropped you. That's a legit fight.
Hmm.
And I didn't have a problem with that. The problem where I had is when he dropped you again, but it really, I don't even think they considered it a knockdown because he pushed you
Yeah.
to the canvas. What type of animosity did that situation create? Because it was already tension.
Yeah.
It's the main event of the evening, and he already clipped you and dropped you once, but then he clipped you and then he slammed you to the ground. I mean, what is it? Because I'm not a fighter, I'm not a bare knuckle fighter, but how much does that amp you up when you know that he purposefully shoved you to the ground, brother? I mean, because when you got up, it was on.
Yeah, no, that was probably one of the not even well, yeah, it fueled my fire even more. Not in a good way, because again, it kept me on that trajectory of emotional fighting. So it just
Yeah,
made me want to fight him harder and stay in the pocket and just pull every ounce of dog that I had in me to just get my lick back. And that shouldn't have been my focus. My focus should have been, fighting my fight because if I was to have really focused and really took my time and fought the fight that I normally would have fight, I think it would have been better results. I probably wouldn't have been clipped that easily. It was just emotions running, me trying to prove myself to him and all this kind of stuff. And it was he almost got me. He really almost got me because I was very emotional. And so, mental note to myself was to really focus and I had a good team that really was able to reel me back in like, hey, focus, settle down, calm down, stop trying to brawl with this guy. That's not what we do. We don't brawl. And so it took 2 rounds for me to really settle my heart, calm down, relax, and focus on what's the plan? What are we doing? The goal is to win, right? And so I was able to do that.
well, see, I found out, you know, McQueen had a lot of respect for you, and it surprised me, after the fight. It really did because, on one hand, he didn't really want to give you credit,
Mhm, mhm.
but he kind of had to. But he kind of also made an excuse and said, "Well, I was gassed. My gas tank was empty." Bruh, in the third round. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's like I love McQueen. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to sit and let what happened on my show the last time you were on here. That's not going to happen. But
Mhm, mhm,
you know what you did was amazing because if you sit there and think about, you're a young man.
mhm.
Take 10 years off of that, you basically walked back into this sport and picked up where you left off. What was it in the heart of the untamable one, Jon Barnard, that gave you that confidence, that ability? Because I'll tell you what, if I take 10 years off from shooting fights, I'm not going to walk right back into an event and think I could do it like I did 10 years ago.
Mhm.
What was in the heart of Jon Barnard that made him believe he could?
I think looking at all the children that's trying to get into this game and allowing them to look at all the circumstances they're in and being able to show them like just because this, that, and the third happened, that gives them an excuse to kind of half-ass their way into something, and hopefully through my season, my returning season, that they can see that there's no excuse that can be used to justify a poor regimen, a lack of consistency, hard work and dedication. And so at the end of the day, that's what it was. It was hard work, dedication, focus, and determination. I had a vision, I had a mission that I was going to take over this division, take over this organization, and be one of the best bare knuckle boxers that I can be with the little time that I had left. You know what I mean? And so that was
Yeah.
the mission. I stayed focused through that. I stayed consistent to that goal and that vision, along with my kids, being the little motivation that I have to create this, level of standard of accomplishing goals, helped. I think those are the things. And then also having the support that I've been getting from Hawaii has been tremendous. That literally put so much weight on my back to carry and move forward. So that was huge. Hawaii has been really rising up and really supporting me. And so that's a lot. That's all I need.
Yeah. Well, the Pacific Islanders, me and you have talked about this many a times, because I deal with people from South Africa, I deal with people from New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Hawaii, all the islands. And when I was with Jackson Wink, that's where some of the best talent in the world is. And they just don't sign with anybody. A lot of people got to realize, especially like Jason House from Iridium and some of these other guys that try to get fighters, you go to like, South Africa, Hawaii, New Zealand, you got to go through tribal elders to get to the fighters. It's just not going. You can't just walk up to them and say, "Hey, man, you want to fight for me?" It just don't work that way. And so Jason House from Iridium really didn't like me when I ran Jackson Weeks athlete development, and I really don't care. This sport is about creating better individuals. You know, I'm going to ask you a question because I've seen some things and it really touched my heart. But how much does Lana add to Jon Barnard?
Alana, my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks up to me as one of her role models. She advises me. She's my little best friend. We were two brothers and sisters that moved far, far, 3,000 miles away from family to, you know, become stronger and better individuals. And we took the high road. We didn't take the easy way. We took the highest, hardest route possible. And we had a lot of things in common in regards to our journey as we matured as into adults, and um, we she loved my kids as her own. She's always there, no matter what time of the day, no matter when, how, who, whatever. She's always there, always available. And so, you know, making her proud along with all of my other siblings. My brother Chris has been, my corner since day one almost, and he's been riding or dying with me as well. But my sister Lana has been such a crucial part of this because she's always supporting me.
Yeah.
She's a mother figure, an additional mother figure to my kids as well.
Nice.
You know, we spend time with each other a lot. You know, whenever she gets the time, she's driving 5, 6 hours to see me and my girls all the time without a question, you know. So um these past years have been all about family, you know, especially after losing my sister about 35 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciate my baby sister, my brothers, my all of my siblings, my dad, my mom, you know, and just family in general. So, you know, doing them proud makes me very happy, knowing that I'm creating memories that they can hold on to if I ever leave this world or if they ever live this world, you
Yeah.
know, because we created those memories together.
That's dope. I'm gonna get through a couple comments real quick, and then I'm gonna dig deep. We'll play that video in a second. CJ Davis says, "Congratulations from Wisconsin."
Thank you.
Hey, that's a home of Cub Hawkins. My brother, Little Holmes, Paul Driscoll out of Canada says, "Congratulations, Don." And the reason I put this up is, man, I consider you like my little brother, man. You
That's
cool, you
cool.
good people.
Thank you.
But we talked about the relevancy of Hall of Fames and things of this nature, and I never seen myself the way the sport seen me. So when he put congratulations, Don, and he I don't know, hey Paul, if it's meant for John, fix it. But I just got offered to be inducted into the South African Hall of Fame. It's MMA Hall of
Mhm.
Fame,
Yes.
and with Joe Cortez. And bro, it's my ninth Hall of Fame, and I'm sitting there going, did I put
Racking it
something
up.
in these people? Well,
That's
you know, you get hated on so much in this sport.
Mhm.
And even if you're not trying to have the biggest yardstick or whatever, you're just trying to be you and you don't bother anybody, you're still going to be hated no matter what. And I never talked about anything that I did. I've never talked about the people that I've helped or anything that I've done,
Mhm.
but I still be crapped on. So the way I feel about it now is you hated me then, you're going to hate me now. So I'm still going to say what I got to say,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm not going to hide any of my accomplishments anymore because with you, Liam McGuire, Scotty Olson. I mean, I could just go on.
Mhm.
Mike Vasquez. They say I've earned this. You know,
Absolutely.
even Mike Vasquez said another one, and I felt the same way, bro. But the reason I ask it this way is because you didn't really, when you went into that fight, you didn't really realize that you were um, the main event. But something we didn't talk about last time either, that I think we need to talk about today, after I get through these comments, is this is for a title now. This is for a title shot in BYB. And we're going to get to that in a second because a good friend of mine, well, Lana had put, I'll tell you what she put up there. It doesn't, for some reason, Facebook's fighting with streaming companies, but she put a heart, you
Mhm.
know, her hugging a heart, basically saying she loves you, bro. And then a good friend of mine, and
No, let me
apparently
stop. I didn't even know you knew this guy. That's crazy. This is my pops. This is like my second dad right here.
I've known Walt probably for the better part of
That's
13,
so
14 years.
wild. That's so cool.
John said, now you got to stop.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, this guy's been taking care of me for pretty much all my career, man. He pulled me out of the trenches, you know, when I just started and he seen something in me. He took me under his wing. He made me travel around the world, you know, with him. Made me introduced me to tons of champions in the UFC, Bellator, Strike Force, all of that, you know. It's crazy. And then come to find out that he knows you. You guys, you know, you guys know each other for a hot minute. I'm like, dang, that's so crazy. It's
Yeah.
it's unreal.
Well, see, if you just be yourself in this industry,
Mhm.
you meet a lot of good people, man. You really do. Um, I'm going to get through these comments real quick because I said I would because I jumped around. I got Paul, I got CJ, I got Josh, I got Lana, I got Walt, Alexis.
My little niece.
And then Paul Driscoll says self pride. I kind of want to touch on this,
Mhm.
and then Brittany DeRozier's on here. Well, Mighty Mouse is, and we're going to squash everything tonight because this is the way that it should. This is the way real men handle things. But I noticed with you, brother, that you have a very deep emotional self-pride. Not only being a Pacific Islander, because you guys are already that way. They really care about people, because I know a lot of people. Um, but how does one pick himself up from where you were and just restart your life? Who was the mentor or the mentors that had you believing in yourself again, John? Because I'm still stumped. Nobody takes 10 years off and then comes back and gets a shot at a title.
Um, that's a great question. I would say I kind of threw the dream of fighting and all that kind of stuff to wayside. And
Yeah.
it was my boy Marcus Gamble, one of my students that I used to coach as well. He's been just pushing and pushing, and every day, every year, he's like, "Bro, you got to get back in there. You got to get back in there." He was the guy that was keep whispering in my ear to get back in there. And
Yeah.
I'd give props to Marcus Gamble. Yeah. He's the one that really encouraged me. He would come out here for me to train him, and he would whisper his ears. That alongside with my girl Andre Carter, who I coached as well, and ended up cornering her, which kind of did a full circle of what my coach Colin McKenzie did for me. Those three people were the kind of key components that really wound me back into this game, and just made me realize that, oh, I can jump back in this no problem, based off of what I've been doing over the years.
Yeah, we're gonna do this real quick because hey, Mighty Mouse, I'll unblock you. I was gonna do it before the show, but I was at infusion with my son late. But hey, bro, we good. We good. We will be good. Your people talked to me today, brother. Matter of fact, you get your next fight, you hit me up. I'm gonna bring you on the show, bro. That's how good we are.
Nice.
It takes a man to admit mistakes, takes an even bigger man to own them. And you did that with my boy John, and you have nothing but respect for me from this day forward, brother.
Yep, lifetime homie now.
What would you like to say to him, brother? Because it did get sideways, but we all conducted the best we could. But that's what I tell people: don't talk shit, because you're gonna realize that you do like the person down the road, and you might ruin those chances. This is one of those situations where we were able to nip that in the bud and all become family,
Yeah, I
and
think
that's what's dope about it.
his coach nipped it in the butt sooner. I think his
Yeah.
coach liked me too.
Oh yeah.
So
I talked to him
yeah,
today. He a good
yeah,
dude.
that's
He a
the
good
one, yeah.
dude.
So yeah, and then it's just Brandon, you got a good heart, bro. You got the gift of gabber. He's very funny, and I think you should use that to continue to drive positivity in this world. I think there's enough hate, drama, and all that kind of shit, bro. You gifted, man. You got to keep pushing and using that gift that you have with your mouth to, just be light, bro, because that's what he is, man. This guy's so damn funny, man, and I think that's a gift,
Yeah.
man, from above, for
But
sure.
he can fight. The thing is, he can
And he can
fight.
scrap too. Yeah, he
Yeah,
can.
and he can
He
fight.
can. He
So
can. That little punk. He can. He can fight.
yeah. So Brandon, figure out if you want to be a fighter or the fighting comedian. We'll
Yeah.
fucking make that shit
Yeah.
happen, bro.
And bring your butt to North Carolina. Let's train. He said he gonna try to come out here. He got family out here or something. I was like, oh shit, let's go.
Oh shit, you out there with Clancy, Bill Clancy. Yeah, one of the Bill Clancy is one of the first he's a WBC referee, but he was one of the first referees to ever referee bare knuckle.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and him and we got it legal in a lot of states, but
Mm.
it's great that people old like us love this sport, because it's here to stay. Barstool Sports. What was it like for you to have Dave Portnoy and all the people at Barstool Sports at the event watching you fight to get an opportunity to win a world title? How did that feel? Because I'd be kind of stoked. I like Dave Portnoy.
I was so locked in to my emotions that it was not like as surreal as it was to my brothers. My brother Yuli and Chris, it was more surreal to them than it was like for me. Like I said, I was just
Yeah.
so trapped in the emotions of what was going on that I really wasn't able to enjoy the process like I normally do. So it's just a learning experience, a reminder to self that, we need to lock in and remember why I started this shit is to enjoy it. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
really.
most definitely. We're gonna play this video. It came from the promotion. I don't blame the promotion. Um, we're just packing up, wrapping up, and this show wasn't even supposed to happen. But I figured since what happened last time John was on, I figured we'd do a recap because I don't want the world thinking that we all hate each other and there's animosity because it wasn't. It was just miscommunication that's been taken care of, and we all on the road to being family again. We at the barbecue. So with that being said, I'm gonna play this. It's not the clearest video in the world, but we pulled together what we could when we could. So here we go.
Knockout of the night, brought to you by Mike Bradner Law, BigResults.com. And it came to us right here in our main event of the evening. And it goes to the Hawaiian, who remains unbeaten, Jon Barnard. Man, he weathered multiple storms early, but you heard the connection on the chin there. And then in the third round, he continuously broke down Harold Lightning McQueen, gets the finish, and earns the
knockout of the night. Hey, it even cut up. When you hit him with that left and right uppercut, did you know he was already finished?
I seen him fading. I could see he was fading towards the middle of the second round, and I kept walking him down. I knew he was gonna. And actually, I was talking to him like, "Bro, you getting tired? You getting tired?" And I think he said yes, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I started talking to him. I already knew he was done already. He blowed his load the first round. He really caught me off guard, and he really went for the kill. He seen blood, and he tried to go for the kill. But there's no fucking way. Excuse my language. There's no way I was gonna give up. There's not. This guy would have to knock me completely out, and that wasn't happening. There's no way.
Well, he dropped you and you got right back up. You got a damn granite chin. I mean, your eyes don't even look bad. You know,
Mhm.
one of my homies that went to the Hall of Fame with me, the National Boxing Hall of Fame, his eyes were just. And I felt bad.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, why did you come? You should have just told me, and I wouldn't have tripped. But
Mhm.
Rick Caruso, Slick Rick, one of my buddies from BKFC, the only one. That's actually the only fighter I like from BKFC. Well, I won't say that because I like Travis Thompson too. But he says, "Where you at in North Carolina? I'm there every weekend, bro."
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I run a gym out in Charlotte called Top Tiger Team Boxing, with Coach Andre Miguel. So he lets me run and manage the gym there. So that's where I be at.
Hey man, let hey Rick get up there with him because John's a good dude. Y'all will click, bro. Y'all be family. Um. Oh yeah, Eddie Freeman says so true. He was slowing down and getting tired, but in reality, I don't. I'm going to say how I feel it because that's how I really that's how I like to be. I think McQueen knew that he didn't have a really good camp. I think McQueen knew that he wasn't going to make it all the way through the fight. So I think McQueen came in and tried to finish you in the first two rounds, and it didn't happen.
Mhm.
What he found out was that he had an opponent that, yeah, although you dropped him a couple. Well, I'm just going to say one because the second time was a push to me. Um, but after that, it was all downhill. At what moment of that second round did you realize that the tide had turned and McQueen went from chasing to running? At what point in the second round did you
It was the
realize that?
beginning. Yeah, right on the jump, I already knew like I'm gonna start walking him down. The first round was my bad. I came in too aggressive, very emotional. I took his power and his excuse me, I took his speed for granted, and he was able to get some really good shots on me, which I was focused on weaving, and that kind of got me under the ropes. I got stuck on the ropes, and then when I tried to come back out, boom boom, I got lit up a few times, and that really wasn't I wasn't expecting him to punch that way, that consecutively, and be able to catch me as on point as he was able to. And so it was just a shocker for the first round. It was just, you know, an honest mistake of me really taking him for granted, or
Yeah.
you know, thinking that I could just walk right through him. Um, and then it was after that where I was like, okay, now I gotta really take a step back, tone it down a little bit. My brother was telling me stop trying to slug, because that's what I do. You know, I love slugging, and um, I wasn't. You know, I wanted to slug, but I like my brain and my body wasn't listening to each other in the first
Yeah.
round. And so second round, I was like, okay, I got everything, I got my bearings back, and I was like, okay, now it's time for me to fight John's fight, and that's what I was doing. You know, slowly but surely, just chipping him away, driving him, put him on his back foot, exactly what I was expecting to do, and you know, come third round, it was just exactly where I wanted him to be. You know.
Yeah. Mike Goldberg, man, he trips me out. I love him and Paulie, you know,
Mhm.
but Mike said, "Did you hear that? That right cross from Bernard. The noise was ecstatic." I was just, it was though, bro. I mean, well, a lot of people don't understand. Even if you're in the crowd, 9 times out of 10, you can't hear the thud. I
Mhm.
mean, you could kind of hear it, but you really can't hear it. But if Mike Goldberg says he heard a thud, then he heard a thud, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, we he caught
Eh,
me a few good ones, and I could remember us both kind of echoing the same types of, sound effects on the contact that we had on each other's face.
yeah. It was
It was
that right cross that you threw, and it just it clipped him, bro, and it
I think
just
that's what
had a
I think that's when I knocked out his mouthpiece, I believe. Was that right
yeah.
overhand straight? Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so,
right
yeah.
after that, he was biting on his mouth guard right after
Mhm.
that. Yeah. That was a hell of a punch, bro. You know, Rick Caruso says we definitely will connect, brother. Thank you. Good dude, man. Good people. Brand says, John Bernard, you my brother for life. Thanks for the fun we had this
Oh, that's
weekend. What would
Bird.
you like to say?
That's Brandon, Mighty Mouse. He got a new
Oh, it
face.
is.
Yes, sir. No, we had fun, man. I tell you, bro. I have a video on my Instagram that's probably archived now, but him and these girls were going off. They were teasing each other at the pool. I just started dying. This guy is such a character, bro. The whole time that I was there, this guy just kept me laughing. Kept our minds off the fight the whole entire time until I started fighting.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
You know, I seen a video of him and he was giving like the commission shit. I thought it was funny, you know. And hey, Brand, you are funny, bro. So me and John said, man, I'll even get you sponsors. So if you want to be the fighting comedian, we're gonna make that happen, bro. Cause
Yeah. I told him make a podcast, bro. I'm telling you, he's such a retarded guy. It's hilarious. He is so damn funny. It's
oh no, hey,
crazy.
don't give him ideas, bro. Don't give him ideas, dude.
Uh,
They'll take streaming from all of us if Brandon gets on here.
uh, uh,
Eddie Freeman says, "Congratulations, John. So proud of you. You stood strong. Your cousin Eddie."
thanks, guys. Love you, man.
Man, see this is what I like. This is the part of the show that I like because everybody can say, "Oh, great fight, this and that," and they don't mean it. But the people that mean it, they take the time to come and share it. You know, if you're not willing to go that extra mile, then you don't really mean it. A brother of mine who has a show called Chatting with Stacks, I'd love to get you on his show. He has a great show. He says Don and the Untameable 100. Uh, Great dude, man. I think you would enjoy a show.
I'm down.
Rick Caruso said Tony's and a question mark. I'm not sure
I,
what he meant
I
about it.
Yeah, I lock in with Tony's as well. Tony Loco Soto, I train with them. All the fighters that are representing the Carolinas, we all linked up. You know, Ryan Jett, um, Keith Richardson, Trucker, who else? Maurice, Josh Oxendine, Tony Loco Soto. We all linked, man. We always getting
Yeah.
them around together. You know, Taylor Sterling, all of them. Yeah, we all connect.
And I saw that poll out there saying that North Carolina probably has some of the best bare knuckle fighters in the world. I'm not going to disagree with that, and I'm not going to agree with that because I could take you across the pond to Castleford.
They got some animals over there too.
Yeah, bro. Well, you know, Anthony Holmes. There's quite a few of them over there, bro. You know, and it's like I've created a couple world champions in bare knuckle, and
We just getting
I
started though, Don. We just getting started, brother.
Oh, I already know, bro. They don't even understand how to use the dirty clinch over there. And I think that's going to be an advantage to the American fighters.
For now, until they really figure it out, because they got some good clean boxing, man. And that's why I felt
Uh,
like that's why I knew I was ready to fight a McQueen. Because honestly, McQueen is he's one of the best to do it in the industry. Period. McQueen is he's a killer, bro. And
let me ask you a question then. And people can get pissed off at me. I don't care. My old lady's mad at me 9 times out of 10. Do you think McQueen hurt his career on this outing?
on this fight,
Yeah.
hell no, no way, not a chance, man. Because I've been doing this. I was 3-0, all
No, I
finishes
mean, did he hurt his career? Because
with
he was trying to become the only fighter
to do multi.
to
To
be a
do
champion in multi weight classes.
no way, man. That takes balls, bro. This weight, there's the weight class, like coming up 10 pounds, bro. That is a lot. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
that's courage, bro. I don't know much fighters that are willing to take a step up weight to try to take over some other division. That's just crazy, especially in this bare knuckle shit. This is different, bro. This
Well,
punching bare
this was
knuckle
the
shit is
path.
different. Yeah.
This was the path for McQueen. He wanted to be the only. But see, you look at David Benavidez. We'll jump to boxing so I can give better people a better ideology.
Mhm.
He jumped up to 175 from 168 and had no power.
Mm.
Had no power. He won the fight. He looked great, but he just didn't have the power to knock his opponent out or hurt him. And people say, well, 10 pounds don't make a difference. 7 pounds, it makes a huge freaking difference.
It
And
does. It definitely does. You can see the speed difference between the 135s and 125s. It was
yeah,
lightning fast for sure, so it does
yeah.
make a difference in different areas. But the thing with bare knuckle is you don't need that much power to really put somebody on the ass, to be honest, that shit hurt. Hey,
uh, hey, Stephen Perez says, congrats again, brother, from favorite neighbor. And our friend says, BYB Hawaii, let's go. Bloom, I'm waiting on your call.
let's go, Greg.
Matter of fact, I was on the phone. Well, I was texting with Greg probably about 45 minutes ago. But Dino Fernandez, Bulls Pen
Hey.
MMA says, Hawaii, we built different. Hey, bro. If you guys, I love every Hawaiian. If you can get Kendall Grove to stop saying F you every other word. Kendall Grove's a trip, bro. When I first met him, I think the first 20 words he said to me, 17 of them were the F word. But him and Liam Mcguire and all of them helped save my life, man. And I'll be forever indebted to the Hawaiian people for what they've done to me. Even though Liam Mcguire's from the UK and now he's implanted in Hawaii. What do they call him? Like Leland from Dog the Bounty. What do they call him? Howleys. Yeah, Howleys. Yeah. I bet you're shocked that I know that, bro.
No. Everybody
But-
know the insulting words, you know what I mean, for every culture.
But see, well, in Hawaii, man, yeah, I'll put it out like this: Leland and Dog, they probably wouldn't have had success if it wasn't for Sonny, because Sonny is like the ambassador for Hawaii. He allowed them to create that bridge, and a lot of people don't even realize that Leland fought in MMA and in boxing.
He fought my friend. I cornered against when he fought Sam. What Sam? Oh, what the hell is his name? Oh, frick, I forgot his name. What the hell? It's my good friend. Like we started our careers together. What Sam Quayle? So if you ever look
That's
up that
sick.
fight,
Well, yeah.
Sam Quayle, he fought Sam Quayle in boxing. So I know him pretty well.
Yeah, he comes on the show, but is the bounty hunter. So I like to step out of the box. Venus Hall says, congratulations, John.
My other sister. Thank you, sis.
See, that's what I like, because it's a family reunion all in one place and you're not in the same state, and it didn't cost anybody any money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beautiful thing about it. And then Matthew McCarter says, "Let's go, brother John."
There, what's up, brother? What's up, Matt?
And then I'm gonna let you do that one, bro.
Yeah, congratulations. That's Romeo's. This is my student's mother. I used to be a teacher, and I used to teach both
Okay.
her daughters actually. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, John, you got me looking like my shoulders is kind of. Let me see. And the one and only, the greatest referee in the
Bill
history of the
Clancy.
WBC,
Thanks,
Bill
brother.
Clancy.
So I met Bill at what boxing match was that? It was a boxing match, Queen City boxing match. I met him for the first time. He did one of the fights out there. It was pretty cool. Really cool guy. Really loved this game for real.
I've known Bill, we can't even pin down when we first met, but both of us are in our 60s, so that's no surprise. But it's crazy because I came into boxing at the end of 83, the beginning of 84, when they created the NABF. And me and Clancy knew each other. And then I was in Jackson, Mississippi, and I was getting ready to get on the elevator with my son. And this comical character, Bill Clancy. I'm not going to repeat what I heard him say to his wife when they got out of the car, and he's standing in the elevator and he has his back turned towards me, and I said, "Don't act like you don't effing know me." And he turned around and his face just got white as can be, and he gave me one of the greatest bear hugs, and I needed it, bro, because my back was jacked up from flying there, and the beds in Jackson sucked. And from that moment on, but been about almost 3 years ago now. Me and Clancy have been inducted. Clancy got the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, and now we're being inducted again. I think this is our third induction together, and he got the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. So, people, I tell you, man, people from your past, don't just dismiss them. If you appreciate them, let them back in your life, because sometimes God wants it that way. And that's what happened with me and Clancy, because I wasn't going to go into this other Hall of Fame without Clancy. And he says, unbelievable. Hey, bro, I love you, man. It's unbelievable that all this happened. And he said, thank you, John, for your kind words. And then Steve Vincenti says, congratulations, bro. What would you like to say to Steve, homie?
Thanks, Steve. Steve was one of my first sponsors, to believe it or not. Now I think he's in New Jersey or something, and he's itching to watch me fight in person. So hopefully it will happen soon, brother. Can't wait to have you there, man, supporting me like you did back in Hawaii.
Hey, man. Hey, Walt, you got to tell me these things, not everybody else. He says, John has a nephew coming up in the next generation event. I do, out here in Hawaii with, sorry, somebody commented.
Yeah, my
Generation
nephew's
I do. It says, wait till you see this kid fight. Savon Bernard. I'm building a whole new group of kids out here. We coming. Bro, I always wondered what happened to you because you disappeared for a little bit. And
you did.
I'm glad you're back, man, because hey, social media is a lot better place with you, homie.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. This guy, we talk pretty much every day. Yeah, he's been trying to helped me build up my kickboxing career. That's where I got most of my professional kickboxing matches, and I obtained one of his the Tough Man Hawaii's 120 to 140 140 to 160 pound weight division championship title. And then now my nephew owns the same title that I used to own.
Oh,
So it's
that's
pretty
dope.
cool. Yeah, so cool. My little nephew is a little beast, man. If he can stay on it, get with it. Oh man, this guy gonna be a problem, man. A problem.
Yeah. And Walt says, thanks. Hey, Walt, I got a question to ask you. I know it's not the proper thing to do, but how far are you away from Liam? Liam's got a gym in Hawaii too. Uh, I think him, and then so does Bob Ostovich. So it'd be cool, man. I'll hook you guys up. Maybe you guys can, share the love and help. One go to one gym, one go to the other gym, and help. Pick up things. He says Liam is in Maui, great friend. Yeah, what's funny, Walt? I knew nobody knew Liam because I've known Liam since the second amateur fight, and they were all, "Well, I know Liam McGuire." I said, "Where's he from?" He's from Jersey. I said, "Jersey where?" "Yeah, right there in the United States, dummy. You don't know your G." I said, "Then you don't know Liam because Jersey's off the coast of the UK. It's an island, and that's where Liam McGuire comes from." And I've known Liam for 13 years now, and I helped him. We built that man up to beat Emmanuel Newton, and yet here he goes. He says he has a daughter that's training. I just talked to him about her. That's what's crazy, bro. God, Walt, I'm so glad you're back, homie. I'm sorry, John. I was like,
You good? That's my pops, man. So I'm glad.
"Yeah, that's a good dude, man. You got a good pops, brother.
Yes, sir.
You got,
Yes, sir. Been in my life since freaking forever. Oh, it's my brother right there. Nice,
yeah.
bro.
Mike Hall says, I'm so proud of you. Awesome fight. Can't wait to see you fight in person again.
So I won my fight. Now you got to win your race, bro. So I'm gonna try to come up to your fight. My brother. This is my brother. My sister's husband. He races sports car. Was it alcohol cars? I think it's called the quarter mile track. So I'm gonna try to come out and
Top
watch him,
Fuel.
support him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you will ask Mike. Mike knows everything about NASCAR. Mike saved
Oh,
NASCAR
no, that's right.
Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
our
right. I forgot
our
about that.
boss is one of the biggest racing
Yeah,
fans in the
that's right.
world.
I didn't even
Uh,
tell you that, Mike. Yeah, that's crazy. Mike, the president, co-founder of BYB, is a former NASCAR owner of like a team. Yeah,
yeah, he saved NASCAR Mexico. We actually have a BYB car in
I
NASCAR in the
see that.
United States.
I
Yeah,
see
and
that. That's
then
so dope.
then we also do the Top Fuel boat racing with the jet boats on that too. We also have a BYB jet boat.
Oh, that's so sick. That's so killer.
Yeah. Tony, I'm gonna let you. I don't like ruining people.
This
Mios.
guy, Tony Miosi. Yeah,
Yeah.
bruh. This guy right here, bro. Oh man, this guy was a freaking. He was like the Mike Tyson of street fights back in the day. This guy could swing, dog. Nah, he's an old man now. He's a daddy now. No, I
Hey
was trying to
man, don't
encourage
be.
him to get back into it, man, because I tell you, like I've been telling people for years, man, if that I ain't nothing compared to some of the guys in Hawaii, man, and that's one of the killers in Hawaii, man. These guys, Tony was a freaking monster back in the day. Now he's just an old man. He's a fisherman now.
He laughed at you, bro.
This fucker be catching big ass. He catching fishes are my size now. Uh,
Hey, Walt says Liam is an amazing guy. The real bro, he really is. I talk to him all the time. Liam actually helped save my life when I was going through two types of cancer. I'm not going to discuss it on here, but if you're in Hawaii and you want to meet a really good dude, Liam McGuire, former light heavyweight champion of the world, great dude.
nice.
Let's see where I was at. Dino Fernandez Bulls Penn MMA says Uncle Wally. Is he talking about Walt?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody call him Uncle Wally in Hawaii. He's a
And then
well-respected man there.
both
Tommy.
of our brothers. Yeah. See, this is what I
Hey,
love about this promotion, bro. I mean,
thanks,
John,
bro.
how many promotions that you've been in and you're doing an interview have the other fighters jumped on and showed you love like this?
Nah, this is
None.
the one, man. Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
about
that
themselves, you know. So I like it. Tommy, he's a beast, bro. Can't wait for
is
you
yeah,
to get back in there.
we all uncle status now, bro. I'm grandpa status. I'm beyond uncle.
Uh, do you
Well,
know this guy is one of the OGs of the generation that I had to he's one of the coaches of the generation that I grew up fighting in. So he produced a lot of hammers back in my days.
and I just want to say, Tommy, you are one of the greatest at what you do, bruh.
Fuck yeah.
We all have a bad day at the office, but don't let that define you or your future, homie. I'm a fan of Tommy Turner, bro, and
Hands down I am
it,
too. He's vicious as
yeah,
frick, man. He's a killer too,
yeah,
man. He comes in and kill guys every single time, and I like that.
yeah. He don't play. That's what I love about the real fighters. Come in, get it done, go home. That's what it's about.
There's only
And
a handful
Tommy,
of fighters that do it that can really impress me, and Tommy's one of them for sure.
hey, you and me, bro. Hey, Tommy the shit, bro. I mean, and then Tony Miosi says,
Yes,
"Love you, bro.
sir.
You is the man."
Uh-huh.
See that this is what people need to see in life. Everybody always wants to fight with somebody, have road rage,
Uh,
but bro,
podcast road rage.
yeah, oh, bro, I had to stop. I mean, I had 3 guns pulled on me in 6 months. So,
Oh man.
well, I'm from the hood, so I really don't. You know, my wife gets mad at me, and I told her, I said, "You might be my wife, but you ain't my mama." So, well, you know how we are. I ain't nobody gonna stop us when we're pissed like that. You know, it's like not gonna happen. My brother from Canada, Brian Holderson, just joined us, and he said hello.
Man, what's up?
And then Tommy Turner says, "Thank you, brother. I'll be back September or October." That's exactly what I wanted to freaking hear.
I'd wait.
And Bill Clancy said, "I refereed him in London. Although he lost to a stud, he's
Oh,
a
he
true
was there
beast."
too. That's right. When he fought what's his name? Oh shoot, he's fighting LT Smasher soon. Barry Jones.
Oh, yeah, Barry
Yeah,
Jones.
that's right. That was a freaking killer one, man.
No, you know, I don't know, man. I'll go to a commercial break and then we'll be right back because I got to get into this belt stuff, man. I just want to. This is amazing.
BYB Bare Knuckle hits the Big Easy for the first time Saturday, July 13th from the John A. Alario Event Center for BYB 28 Bourbon Street Brawl. Two of the biggest and baddest bare knuckle fighters in the world today go toe-to-toe inside the mighty Trigon as undefeated BYB heavyweight champion Hurricane Ike Villanueva takes on #1 contender, the Cuban assassin, Gustavo Trujillo, for both the BYB heavyweight belt and the historic Police Gazette World Diamond Belt. Our co-main event, former BYB lightweight champion Monica Medina gets her wish and steps into the Trigon against undefeated Helen Peralta for the inaugural BYB Featherweight World Championship. Catch these matches and more live. Visit BYBExtreme.com for tickets and information.
That's going to be a dope card. It just sucks that I can't be there. You know, I planned my surgery out perfect.
Uh-huh.
You know, I planned it for what was it, April 29th or 28th, because I knew my wife's birthday, our anniversary, and everything was all right there. I planned it for right when I got back from the Hall of Fame, go in and get my surgery, because I told Mike I wanted to go to, New Orleans because this is our first time being there. Ain't gonna happen. My surgery now is July 8th, 5 days before the fight, and I got to be in the hospital for 3 weeks, and then they're going to take me from one floor to another floor for rehab because they're completely fusing my whole cervical spine. And I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to turn my head, move my head, or do anything. But hey, I'd rather be out of this pain and not move my head than to deal with this nerve pain. People don't understand it, but when you get to be my age, you will. Walt Carvalho says people don't know that John's 20 fights in 2 years and gave Josh Thompson a hard time sparring when I took him to AKA at 18. So you were at AKA?
Yes, sir. Yep, Wally took me there. He used to train out.
Bruh.
Josh Thompson, Josh Koscheck, Paul Buenotello, Misha Tate. I sparred all of these champions back in the day, man. When I was on
Where do you think I'm from? I'm from Tam, AKA. Man, bro, how have we not run into each other before?
Probably did, man. I'm telling you, I was like on Wally's hip back in the day. At 18, he took me everywhere. It's crazy. That's why it's like people don't realize that I really had a great career. I could have had a great career if I didn't get injured,
Yeah. Yeah, man, because Javi don't play. Javi just don't let anybody through them doors either. So, but him and Walt are brothers, so that's a different story. But when I was there, Luke Rockhold was there, Kane
Luke
was
was there.
there,
Yep. Kane was there as
uh,
well. I got all of that. Crazy.
Swick was there.
Finch was there.
What was that? The man that white boy that had the biggest legs in the world, man. What was his name? Um, Bro, I know you know who I'm talking about. That dude had freaking
And he trained at AK.
yeah. He trained at AKA. I got pictures. I'll have to figure it out because I'm not gonna make. I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and make everybody wait until I remember him. Walt. Hey, Walt. Who was that guy with the blonde hair at AKA? Uh, I can't think of his name. He was there when Luke and Gray Maynard and Mike Quickswick and everybody was there, and he had some huge freaking legs. I know you know who he is, Walt.
Not John Finch, was it? Because he was.
No, me and John Fitch was there when I was there. It's
Because I sparred
God, I
all
can't.
those guys.
Yeah, Diego Herzog was there. No, it wasn't Koscheck. I've shot
Koscheck
Koscheck for years.
sparred
Yeah,
with Koscheck too. He took me down because he couldn't strike with me, and we're just kickboxing at knucklehead.
yeah, he's still fighting. Right? He's a blonde hair dude. He was back there when before old boy went to before Fitch and all them went to Thailand. Before Gray Maynard and Mike Quickswick and all them went to Thailand. Uh, it was when Diego Herzog was still training there. It's mostly jujitsu. Kane was still there. Who else was still there? Damn, that's crazy, bro. Because I can't think of his name. I got pictures of him. I'll send you some pictures of him later, Walt, and we'll be able to get there. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that your dad was Javier's head coach.
His dad, Wally's dad, coached Khabib too while he was there, while he was alive.
Yeah, I was there with Khabib.
Yeah.
I shot most of Khabib's pictures, and he said he went to India with us. Shit, I can't think of his name. See, he knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, he's still fighting too, bro. But let's get back on track here because I just got old school, man. This is fun. You've been a great part of my life since you've been in my life, bro. This is well, it's like a family reunion on here.
No, man.
But
Reminisce, man. Reminisce about them days, good old days.
what would it mean for you to well, because now we know you're going to be fighting for the BYB, title. That's what this fight was the title of Eliminator. Um, what what's this in the heart? You had the 10 years off. You come back. It's pretty much an easy fight with McQueen. I'm not going to say it was your easiest fight, but it was an easy fight. And now you're going to step up for the world title. Where does that put you, John? Not only as a warrior in this sport, but as a man. I mean, I know we're humble, we're prideful, and I know what the warrior, thought part of this equation would be. But what does it mean to Jon Barnard, the man, to overcome, conquer, be gone for 10 years, come back and beat a world champion, and now get your own opportunity at a world title? Because people forget that McQueen is a champion.
Yeah. People don't even realize I was the underdog that fight too. Even though I
Yeah.
was undefeated and he wasn't. So I think this hopefully I'm kind of representing a generation that is no longer existing. The generation that really produced that real true saying of a dog, because back in my day, man, that's all we seen was just vicious or ferocious animals. And a lot of that generation has died down now, and so hopefully I'm able to revitalize that fighter that I grew up to know of and whatnot. And I think come this the opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna definitely prevail because again I've faced every adversity you can think of. 10-year layoff, fighting a
Mhm.
champion, getting knocked down and coming back, and just just all the life struggles as well, and I just there's really nothing that I haven't really faced that I haven't conquered. And so come the opportunity for me to face to my rival to um get this title, I think it's gonna be a fight worth watching. And a masterclass and an event that I think people are gonna really enjoy and remember for decades to come. And that's what I'm hoping to get out of this. And this final run at combat sports.
Yeah, man, dude. I'm so glad that they put you on my show. I'm so glad that we connected. And I honestly want to thank uh, Tony, Lana, Alexis. Uh, Somebody started a star party, and I greatly appreciate that. Even I don't take money from my show. The only thing that I ask people do is if you like my show, share it
Guys, that's what I like to
and
see.
give it a like or a follow. You know, John, other fighters like him have put food on my table.
Nice.
So if I can't come back on here and give back to the people that fed my family, then what good am I? I don't have to do this show. I'm a 9-time Hall of Famer. I could pack all my stuff up and say I'm done with it. But what Mike Vasquez and Dada envisioned in BYB, I want to retire from here. And so I'm not ashamed to say it. My deal with Mike is a handshake deal.
Mhm.
Where are you going to find that in 2024? You're not going to find it.
Nope.
You're going to find one of the best men that you can ever have. But all you people that started this star party, thank you. It means a lot to me, but I would rather have you share the show or follow the show and give it a like. That means more to me than any amount of money. I mean, because John's the reason we have the show, not me.
Mhm.
But Alexis C, it's all they're doing star party, so it's not showing the GIF or whatever. It's because of the way Facebook changed than even Tony. But brother, I'm so proud of you, man. You went into this fight with animosity. You stayed cool, calm, and collected. And now the world sees 10 years didn't do nothing to you, brother. Take me to the hotel room after you won the fight with McQueen. Take me to that moment that you were sitting there in deep thought. What goes through the heart of Jon Barnard? What goes through the mind?
Um, I knew it. That's all. I just knew it. I knew I could have done it. I knew that I had a lot to lose. And I wanted to show up for my island and make sure that they know I'm standing strong for them and always represent and put it down for my hometown. And um, I think the biggest thing that I was like kind of yearning is just the camaraderie that I had with those loved ones that did travel up to watch me fight. I had some family members and friends, really close friends that drove 5 to 7 hours to come and see me, and being able to spend time with them after the fight was probably one of the most memorable things. So, I wasn't really pondering too much on the victory. I think the victory was spending time with the family and friends. That was more than anything. That was the victory for me.
Man, that's great, man. And I told you last week this stuff grows like wildfire, man. I was clean. I was partially clean shaven when I
That's
just had
solid
them on.
pepper too, huh?
And then a week before, I was actually clean shaven at the Hall of Fame. I mean, so you're proof now. You see this stuff grows like wildfire, bro. And what's funny is I'm Irish and Indian,
Mm.
and I got chest hair 0, and I never even had a facial hair until I was 30 years old, bro.
Oh, really?
And then all of a sudden, the Irishman came out. Now I got to deal with this caterpillar and this gray hair, but I
Mhm,
guess it's wisdom and knowledge. But
mhm.
bro, thank you for bringing what you brought to BYB 27. You, my man, I like a fighter that admits his mistakes, admits where he needs to fix things, but your calmness and the way you go about it, it's endearing, brother. You have a true tremendous quality about yourself. You know, I know Chris Shaggy Gonzalez is usually on the show, and we're about ready to wrap things up. I didn't know we've been on here for well over an hour, but
Time flies when you're having fun.
oh, always, man. I love having you on the show, bro. But take me to the day after the fight, you know, when everything's winding down. Where does Jon Barnard rate his performance in Jacksonville?
I don't think it was my best performance at all, actually. It was a foolish young kid, thinking he was in his prime, emotionally fueled rather than being the Mr. B, the teacher, the skilled, thoughtful,
Yeah,
analytical fighter that I normally am. I think I would rate my performance on a scale like 1 to 10, 10 being good and great, should I say, and then 1 being bad. I would say I'd probably in the scale of like 4 to 5. You know, it's too emotional. I was too emotional to begin with. I let my emotions run that fight, and then I took McQueen's talent for granted. Like I looked past his talent. So, that was definitely on me for sure. So, like I told McQueen previously, man, we're gonna have to run that back. I gotta get my drop back. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
we'll definitely have to run that back, and I can really tighten up my game and really fight the way that I should have been fighting since from bell to bell.
You know, and here's the thing too. You know, I'll say this right now to McQueen, brother. You got talent. Pick your head up, get your life straight, and figure out where you need to be because you have what it takes. You just gotta find the right group of people to be with, brother. You really do. I respect you. I think you're a great fighter, but you gotta respect yourself before you step into the ring.
Absolutely.
And one of my favorite, man, and this dude is one of my favorite BYB fighters of all time. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet him.
No, I haven't yet.
Harrison Gigliotti, bro.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
He has that Boston, Connecticut accent, but he is just the coolest shit. Him and his coach, straight, bro. That's what I said. The BYB is just fun.
Mhm.
You know, that other organization, there's a lot of drama, a lot of people talking crap, but we have fun at our fights.
I did, man.
We have it's great, but Jeremy Pereira says, I don't know if anyone is on John's level right now, to be honest. What's your thoughts?
Um, I think so. At this point in time in my weight class, no smoke, but to be honest, I beat the best at my weight class or at the individual that tried to compete at my weight class, and that was Harold McQueen. So, Tenori, who is a champion, I personally feel he should have lost that fight because the referee helped him up when he got dropped from Mr. Mark the Shark, and I feel I'm light years beyond, like, talent wise, skill wise, boxing wise, way better than Mr. Mark the Shark. He's tough. I give him that. He's got a lot of grit, but that's not gonna win fights, man. So and that's so yeah.
I confronted Mark the Shark because I had met him before down in Biloxi, and
Mhm.
it was not a favorable meeting. And so when they put him on my show, you can't run from me on my show. So like I said, bro, why did you flip me off when I first met you?
Yeah.
Well, they told me, bro, I know Mike, I know Greg, I know everybody. I'm part of BYB. They're not going to tell you
Yeah.
to walk around flipping people off, bro. So but it turned out I liked the kid. You know,
Same
not
thing. I
much.
respect him too. I respect him too.
Yeah,
We had a little squabble at one point, you know, and I guess he tried to give me the same kind of excuse on why he is behaving the way he is because he's
yeah.
saying that's the guy that they want him to be. But after a while, you know, his true colors came out, and he seems like a really good and solid guy. So pretty cool.
You know, one thing I respect about him, he lost the fight. He's not bitching about it,
Yeah, true.
but he's putting in the time
Get better.
to
Yeah.
get his belt back. Yeah, and you got to respect a man like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I tell him
You
every
know,
time, like, if they fight again, I tell him, like, you most likely will come out on top this next time. You know what I mean? Because of the grit that he showed the last time. If he does improve 1%, I think he can for sure beat this guy next time around. And I tell him, man, I'm gonna meet you there, and I'm gonna take the title from you. I'd rather take it from you. You know what I mean?
well, sorry about that. I cut the mute button before I coughed, but allergies are crazy here. It's getting ready to rain. But
Mhm.
John, what would you say was the most valuable lesson you took away from this last week's event?
Um, the most valuable thing that I took away from this last event was that this organization is here to stay. You know, the amount of just attention to detail that BYB has put into creating and fostering the stories of each fighter. The attention to detail on making this last event so perfect that I just feel like I found the right organization. I'm glad like I chose this organization over the others. Like honestly, I'm super glad because the type of intimate relationship that we have with all of the individuals, like I could jump on a phone call and get a hold of Mike, no problem, or Greg or anyone. You know, they don't make us feel like they're just light years above us kind of thing. They really treat us really well, and I just it just really reminded me on why I signed a contract with these guys, why I'm with them, why I'm sticking it out and riding till the wheels fall off with these guys. So, you know, that is one thing, and the other thing is um reminding myself to enjoy the process, try not to get emotional in this all. Remember why I started and returned back to this game. It was to enjoy and have fun. You know, I really love this stuff. You know, despite getting bumps and bruises, I really enjoy this art. I really enjoy entertaining my fans and friends. You know, so yeah, that's what I've learned in this past event.
You don't even really look like you came out of a fight. I mean, other than a little bit, it looks like you really just hadn't slept. But I can see things on my side that most people, that you guys can't, you know. But my brother Jerry Harris, man, I love you, bro. I just wanted to tell you that one of my guys back from the original beginning of the UFC, great friend of my brother Paul Polar Bear Verlins, and we just all family. So tonight just turned out to be a family reunion for all of us, man. Because I wondered what happened to Walt, and now I see Jerry on here. I haven't talked to him in quite a few months, and it's all because of you,
Hmm.
the untamable Jon Barnard.
Ah,
Who gave you that nickname, bro?
I actually I kind of weird, but I gave it to myself. Well, I found the song the name in a song called "The Beast" by Tech Nine, and it was a song that I heard on I believe it was like the 2000 Madden 2004, I think, or 2005, one of them games. And I was listening to the soundtrack, and the introduction would say, in fact, I can. Is it okay if I play it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, listen. Can
Insanity
you
at
hear
its
that?
finest. Firestar, Riot Maker, Moonstricken, Animal Need, Bad Seed, Untameable.
And was that specific introduction to the song Beast is where I found Untameable. I was like, oh, that's freaking killer. I like that. And my coach at the time, Colin McKenzie, was giving everybody nicknames,
Yeah.
and he just couldn't find a nickname for me. You know, everyone in our team had nicknames besides me, and he just couldn't figure it out. Like, there's nothing that can define me as a fighter. And, you know, I'm relentless. I'm ferocious. I'm continuously driving forward. Like, it's just all of these types of things, and he just couldn't figure name, and so I was like, "Oh, what about Untameable?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty killer." So we ended up running with that, and I stuck with that bad boy since day one.
That's dope. Now I'll tell you my own little Tech Nine story. You know, when I was gonna buy a club on the square downtown, and Tech Nine, he was all right. wasn't where he's at now. He'd be lucky if he can put 15 people in a club. And man, I mean, we're getting ready to buy a place called the Chook Joint, and the guy had like 3 hours to come up with a $27,000 balloon payment, or it was going to be mine. Thank God he came up with a balloon payment because I didn't want to get stuck with that club after, you know, what I found out the following week. But pretty much what they did was they shut almost all of our entertainment downtown, and because of the homelessness and things of this nature. But Tech decided to take off to California because he couldn't make no money here. And that was about the time that Trap was coming out, and one of his homies hooked up with him on Trap, and the rest is history for Tech.
Nice.
Hey, I got you, Walt. I got you, bro. I think you're still on my friends list too, I believe, on Facebook.
Yeah.
And John goes and messes with his computer and messes up the audio again.
Oh yeah, that's right. There you go. That better?
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. I forgot. In order for me to that echoing sound is from a loop back that I have on my mixer. That's why I got to turn that off in order to remove the echo. Yeah.
So
But yeah,
now,
cool little thing going on in Boy right now. So hopefully I can make it to his next event that he has. He has he's doing like a challenger series that, you know, is building the next generation of fighters. So I gotta come out there. I gotta hold it down and hopefully help the kids, you know, throughout their process. I want to ref and do some stuff with Wally. Hopefully I can do that.
that'd be dope. Hey, brother, you're getting ready to fight. You're going to be fighting for the world title. What are you going to say to your opponent? I mean, because this fight assured you a title shot.
He can't run. I think the main thing is just get ready, man. You know, whoever it is, if it's Tenori or whoever the champion is by the time that we fight, because anything can happen, you know, from now until then. You know, there's no date. Just get your track shoes ready. Start preparing to run. That way you can sustain and you can survive all rounds, hopefully, you know, so that we can put on a good show. You know, I wasn't able to get the fight of the night that event, so hopefully this next person can give me the fight of the night. So, yeah.
What did they give you at 27? Knockout of the night?
Just knockout of the night, yeah.
It was, though. It was still pretty. Bro, you hit me on the edge of my damn seat. I was like,
So
after the
steady.
first round,
Bruh.
I was like, come on, John. Come on, John.
Text messages and videos and calls, bro. I got so much voicemails and text messages of everybody just losing it, like screaming, sending me videos of how crazy they were feeling that whole fight. So, yeah, my apologies, guys. My apologies.
I was cussing you out at first, bro. You went out there and he clipped you.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Like, man, I was like, this crap ain't gonna end that quick, bro. And then you got up, and I was like, all right, it's on. And the rest was history. But I tell you, bro, that right cross, bro, that's crisp. I like that. That's really crisp. But you know, like with you, a lot of people don't understand. They come into BYB, and you get this crap. That, you know, that's MMA. That's not, you know, this isn't MMA. This is bare knuckle boxing. Y'all, you know, you talk about Tenori. I seen him when he in the open, and you could see it. They sent the video. He's just going like this. That's not a punch. That's just moving your body from side to side. But I tell you what, I'm like you with Tenori and Mark Irwin. Both those dudes completely got my full respect. That was one hell of a war. Well, wherever you end up, brother, you're gonna earn it. You're gonna deserve it, because things are getting tight. It's like Mel, for some reason, I don't know if he has a magic wand or whatever it is, but If you would have went and looked at the betting odds for BYB 27, they were just like this. And you know, Mike had brought that to my attention on previous events, and they are all everything's like this. And so if you're building fights that are like this and not doing like BKFC, you know, then you're doing good. And I tell you what, Mel's doing a hell of a job.
He's put on some good fights, man. I definitely this match against McQueen was a really good fight.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Man, I can't wait to see what the future brings, brother. You know how it goes, man. I'm gonna hand the mic to you. The floor is yours. Any friends, family, social media sites, or anything you want to add? I know you're gonna clip this up, chop it up, and make it something special. But brother, the floor is yours. And I want to thank. Hold on one second. I want to thank all your family and friends too, because y'all make me appreciate life that much more. Because the United States is, well, the world is falling apart. But to see all of you people commending each other, showing respect for each other, showing love, it gives us I guess the best way to say it, makes tomorrow brighter, you know, and it makes me really happy. And like Rick Caruso says, kick ass, gentlemen, and have a great week. You too, brother. Get with John up in North Carolina, homie.
Yes,
but the floor is yours, my man. The untameable one.
First off, I'd like to, thank my Lord and Savior for allowing me to get back into this sport and do it in a manner that I'm still healthy and healthy to be able to continue to take care of my kids and family, And then I want to give a shout out to Andre Miguel at Top Tiger Team Boxing for really treating me like a good brother in Christ. He's been a really good mentor to me. He opened up his gym to me, and now I'm helping him run it, and we just got a great family there. Thank you to all the students and clients there for coming there and supporting me, tuning in, and everyone that's been showing up here. I want to give a big shout out to BK Betshark. He's one of my first sponsors in this bare knuckle venture. He's out there capturing data, watching every fight that exists, and he's been capturing wins left and right on his banner as a bettor. So if you're wanting to get into these betting, this guy knows he got a good roster and he's on a winning streak. Misguided individuals sending me clothing every single fight camp. It's been very helpful and awesome. Top Gun Barber in Hawaii. Brother Bronson and Jonathan Vistante, thank you guys for taking care of me every time I go to Hawaii. They fade me up every single time, looking fresh. I also want to give a shout out to my guy Matt. He's a financial group that didn't really want to be too involved in my sponsorship in regards to the lights and whatnot, but he's one of my biggest sponsors that I have right now, the highest one that I have, and they take care of me really, really well financially. And it's at Oak Financial Group. He's put me under his Oak Boxing. He created a whole little entity for the sponsoring of me, and he also opened up a nonprofit organization that mentors the youth in business practices, and they're utilizing our gym to teach kids how to open and run a business. So, it was a great way of allowing me to give back to the community and utilizing the financial resources that he and his organization has been able to produce. So those are some of the main people. And I want to give a shout out to Yuli Diaz and my brother Chris for always showing love and supporting me like never before, always showing up, and my boy Marlo for popping through, my neighbors, Stephen and Liz for driving thousands of miles out. No, just kidding. A few, 5-6 hours to come and see me fight. That is true support right there, and I just cannot wait till my family starts getting together so that we can start, celebrating and enjoying each other's company. So that other than that, everyone else that is thinking about getting into this bare knuckle scene, man, and you're not sure if you can, just try, man. It ain't gonna hurt for you to try. And just give your all for sure.
Most definitely. Hey, your homie that does your hats, tell him.
Oh yeah,
I'll pay for it. My birthday's June 23rd. I'll pay for the hat.
That's right. I got you. I actually got one. I'm gonna send one to you. Where man, send me address, bro. Send me address. I got an extra.
Yeah, I'll send you my address. I'm not too far from you. I'm just in Missouri. I'm only
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say.
But brother, I appreciate that, man. That hat is sick, bro.
Sir.
It's either a BYB or a Pittsburgh Steelers hat for me. I mean, but
Me too, baby. I don't have a
yeah.
Pittsburgh hat. You're a Pittsburgh fan? Did we go over this conversation already?
Yeah, I think we started to and then we got sidetracked, remember?
Oh, that's so good. Oh yeah, that's right. We did. We started talking about Pittsburgh and his players and all that shit. Yeah, that's right. That's so dope. So
Yeah, man, because my last 7 prosthetics have been licensed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have a team ring. They sent me every jersey, every jacket, every hoodie, every tracksuit, you name it, I got it.
okay, that's
But I've been a Steelers fan since '74, bro. So it's and I don't bandwagon. So I stay where I play.
yeah. But
But
it ain't hard though. It ain't hard to do that though. It ain't hard
no.
to stick with us, Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
Hey, I lived in California, and my son's a Raiders fan, and my wife's a 49ers fan. Nah, I'm good. I live 3 hours from Kansas City, and I won't even go watch them. So what does that tell you, bro?
I love my
But
team.
I'm so proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that we were all grown men and cooler heads prevailed because I think the 4 of us will have tremendous relationship moving into the future. I think that the fight builds up, it creates some static and things are going to happen, but at the end of the day, cooler heads prevail.
That's right.
And
Omaha wins every time.
and to DeRozier's manager, man, dude, you right, bro. You made that call to me today. That's legit, man. You real. So that's all I ask, man. It's just you make a mistake, rectify it.
Yeah.
And then Venus Hall says, "Yes, so proud."
Yep. This is my #1 fan. Better get her booty back to my fights. My sister Venus. She bought my first fight trunks I've ever fought in.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, she was my real diehard fan right there. We got to get her back.
You're a lucky man. Most people don't. I never had a family brother, so to see your family come on here and show you love, that's righteous, man. That's real. You're a very lucky man. You better remember that.
Absolutely.
Hey, brother, I love you. God bless you.
Thank you, man.
Till the next time, the untamable one, the one and only.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Venus says she loves you, bro.
Love you too, sis.
Hey, God bless you, my brother. Thank you for coming on my show. And hey, we're gonna be doing, like I told you, this show is your show. So anytime you want to come on,
Yes,
you
sir.
just
I'll
hit
call
me,
Let's go.
and we'll do it,
That's
brother.
something on my mind, Don. Let's get it out.
Yep. And Tony says the
Yeah, Tony.
Untamable
Love you, bro.
bees.
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. Peace out, brother.
See you, brother.
God bless. Man, I just love me some Jon Barnard, man. I thank all of you and thank all of his family. Probably should have shaved before I went on the show tonight, but it's been a long week. Hey, aloha, my brother. I'm so, man, that made my night seeing you back on here again, Walt. Hey, Tony, man, honor, bro. Any friend or family of John's is a friend of mine. My surgery is on the 8th. We got 3 weeks out, but we're gonna keep doing this, man, until the wheels fall off. And thank you, Alexis. I really appreciate that. God bless. Man, how can you not like Jon Barnard? We were on here. Homeboy came, started the mess. We kept it clean. They ended up being friends, and then he ended up beating McQueen. Couldn't ask for a better weekend or a better opportunity in life. And I'll tell you what, the untamable one, Jon Barnard, deserved it. Thank you, Tony and Walt. You take care and God bless. And the same with the rest of you. Like I said, I don't advertise. I just want to get back to the people that gave to me. So if you like tonight's show, share it, give the page a like. That's all I ask. I don't know. I don't want money or anything from anybody because hell, it's hard enough to feed ourselves, let alone somebody else. But thank you so much for tuning in. And I think Thursday, I got a Strata on my show. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good night and God bless.